I hate how people just put you in a box if you even mention God's name. Like, oh, let me get away from this guy. Like, this is how sinister. This is important too. This is how sinister this industry is, and that is so true. You talk about God, your record won't get played. But yeah, I explained the chain reaction of like rappers talking about that negative shit. But if you talk about God, why wouldn't you want to spread that message to somebody's mind? That means the radio stations are going, you know what, let's play this because it's going to fuck these people's minds up. And it's like, why would they want to do that to society? That's fucked up. And that's even like, I feel like if a radio station goes, we're not going to play that because it's gospel. So a rapper can go, I'm turning up, I'm smoking, I'm drinking, I'm doing this. They can say that, but you can't say God. You can't talk about God. Like, that sounds like Satan to me. That is exactly. It seemed like something Satan would do. Would be like, no, we don't talk about him over here. No, we just play this stuff. Something's going on. That's when you snap out of it and go, something's going on here.
And we found out that when we removed the word God from the post, the website would allow it.
I worked hard to earn the right to address you all tonight as valedictorian and have the constitutional right, like any of you, to freely speak about the factors that contribute. Since yesterday, I was directed to have my mic turned off.
Well, I am moved. I want a kinder and gentler nation.
This Bush campaign phrase was written by spin doctor and speechwriter Peggy Noonan.
Because America is so infused by media that we are all spinning in a way.
We're embellishing our story.
Embellishment is okay. There's
what's not okay. Where does spin begin?
The disingenuous part, the calculating. This isn't the whole truth part.
Very lie about Syria.
Well, I didn't lie. It's my first day here.
No, you are lying because everybody here, population 23 million person from Syria, love Bashar al-Assad and support Bashar al-Assad.
But I'm not making it up. There are pictures of
No,
protests.
you are.
But there are pictures.
Your advertisement like that. That everybody in Syria, population of Syria, they know, very pretty sure that you are lying.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
I think at this point we should seriously consider not continuing
Congresswoman
Section
Harman,
215.
let me interrupt you. Congresswoman, let me interrupt you just for a moment. We've got some breaking news out of Miami. Stand by, if you will. Right now in Miami, Justin Bieber has been arrested on a number of charges. The judge is reading the charges, including resisting arrest and driving under the influence. He's appearing now before the judge for his bond hearing. Let's watch.
Ombudsman Rock. On behalf of the state.
All right. Mr. Perez and Mr. Craig? Craigo. Okay. State?
Judge, on the case of Mr. Bieber, the state's just asking.
It makes us lash out in anger. It makes us point fingers. It makes us, our sin that's in us makes us do those things. And the only salvation for this sin is the gospel. The only way to really cure that what's on the inside is understanding that Jesus Christ died for our sins. And so to me, on a micro level, it's understanding.
Nope, and just like that, we lost him. I know, I heard you guys rapping me. I just couldn't let him go. Benjamin Watson, thank you so much. Good luck at the game Sunday. I'm Brooklyn.
No question about that. But it's false to assume that the government can do anything about that. I am convinced that everything the government is doing to fight this off is going to make.
And I'm afraid we've lost our guest there. I'm sorry about that, technical problems, but we heard his thoughts, interesting ones. Peter Schiff there, the president of Euro-Pacific Capital. These things happen, right? Well, news of Citigroups.
Now, you have done 2 tours in Afghanistan. You told me you're going to go back for a 3rd tour. I mean, if you can see your neck right there, what you have on your tattoo, 9/11, remember, and a picture of the Twin Towers. You know, some Republicans out there have been saying that Ron Paul would be very dangerous for this country because he wants to bring troops like you back from your post from all over the world.
Well, I think it would be even more dangerous to start nitpicking wars with other countries. Someone like Iran, Israel is more than capable of.
All right, we just lost our tech connection, unfortunately, with Dana. Dana, stand by. If you can hear me, we're going to get back. You want to go to Kenny Crowley over at Mitt Romney?
You had the juice. But it deserved more than one mention on all the stations. Somebody went and added these all up. Thank you, so what's going on here? You're in this media business. I'd like to know exactly how that comes about.
I had a printout of how many hours.
The people are getting in charge.
I got to wrap it up, but I just want to clarify one point. You're not blaming the United States for the civil war in Syria over the past 2.5 years that have already resulted more than 100,000 people dead. I think we just lost Ron Paul. Unfortunately, the satellite must have gone down, but we'll have him back for sure. Ron Paul joining us. Congressman Quigley.
The Proverbs, Chapter 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Chapter 2. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of his saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness, and judgment, and equity, yea, every good path. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil, and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life. That thou mayest walk in the way of good men, and keep the paths of the righteous. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. Chapter 3. My son, forget not my law, but but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favour and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones.